get my stuff together. Hello, Mama Cindy. What up, Unky Monkey? So I'm going to try, it's Jason's lunch break, so I'm going to try to see if I can't get him to do a little bit of the Bible reading today. We'll see. He is in there heating up his food right now. We're having leftovers today, y'all. I made some mushroom and chicken. Paul's brain's hitting. I can't think. I done lost it. Hey, Deanna. Alfredo, good Lord, that was so hard to get out. I made some mushroom and chicken Alfredo yesterday, and I made a huge bowl of it so that we'd have leftovers today. Hey, Bessie. Welcome in, everybody. I hope everybody is having such a wonderful day. I have had... All right, come on, Ashley. Come on with it. It turned out good. So I will tell y'all, I kind of treat my Alfredo like you would one of those, throw everything in the kitchen sink in there. I like mushrooms, onions, and then I also put asparagus in my, fresh asparagus in my Alfredo. I know I'm early, Bessie, so I have actually changed my schedule around because my husband works 7 days a week. And he doesn't get off till 5 o'clock, and then he goes to bed by like 7. So we weren't getting to spend much time together. So I rearranged my schedule so that I can spend more time with my family. But I will be, I'm Saturday and Sunday at noon now. And then Tuesdays I'll usually be going on at 7 p.m. Central. But I'm covering for Heidi this afternoon. So, and we're not doing Heidi's study because she didn't want to miss any of her Bible study, so there's the hubby. But so yeah, but I'll be, I'll probably do some pop-ups here and there as well throughout the week. It's just after 5 o'clock, I'm all his.
Woohoo!
Everybody say hi to Jason.
Hey, everybody.
I told Ashley what you were having for lunch, and she said, I'm on my way.
It's just as good today as it was last night.
Everybody says, hi, Jason.
Hello, everybody.
Mike says, hey, Jason, or AKA Unky Monkey.
What's up, man?
I like my nickname that Unky Monkey gave me. I'm in Louisiana, Ashley. We got to get you out this way, girl. Unky Monkey calls me AMAC. So that's a pretty good nickname. That's what he wrote, AMAC. So, I know you're eating your lunch, but I thought it would be a nice little surprise for everybody if you would read the Hebrew word of the day. Yep. You feel like doing that?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So I know it's hard to see what it actually says right there, but it'll say it like right there. Talmud. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera towards him. He is going to give you guys your Hebrew word of the day.
So I read this whole thing?
Yep. You start out right here and tell him what it means.
My whole lunch.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
There we go.
Okay, the word is Talmud. When I first become a follower of Jesus,
It means disciple.
Oh, you're bad. Sorry, babe.
He's blaming me.
When I first became a follower of Jesus, someone told me I had become a disciple. I understood that being a disciple was like being a student. I needed to study the life of Jesus and learn as much about him as possible. So I did. I read books, listened to messages, and even attended a 6-week discipleship class. Years later, I learned that in Jesus' time, a disciple was called a Talmud, which can refer to a student, but more accurately refers to an apprentice. You see, while a student learns head knowledge in order to know what the teacher knows. An apprentice works with the teacher to learn what the teacher does, so he or she can imitate what the teacher does. Make sure I was okay.
Did you lose your place?
Yeah. Talmudim, plural of Talmud, doesn't just attend a class to follow their rabbi. I lost my place again. And I know I found it. And watch how he lived. They wanted to be just like their rabbi, to do what their rabbi did. The question for you today is this: are you a disciple or a student of Jesus? Are you doing what he did, or just know a lot about Jesus? Do you love your neighbors and your enemies? Do you forgive those who hurt you? Do you pray for the people who have wronged you? Or are you still doing wrong by you? Do you welcome those people the world rejects and condemns? Do you have what it takes to be a Talmud today? Will you be another student who knows about Jesus, or a disciple who lives as Jesus lived?
Ooh, that is such a good one, you guys. Okay. I want to be a disciple. I don't want to just know a lot about Jesus. I want to walk like Jesus walked. I want to talk like Jesus talked. I want to, follow in his footsteps. So that is a powerful one, right?
I'll tell y'all what I did the other day. I woke up at 4. It's the first time I've been late to work, guys. I'm never late. I'm always an hour early. And I woke up at 4 or 4:30, one of the, I can't remember which. But anyways, I opened my eyes and I said right off the bat, thank you, Jesus, for today. And I closed my eyes and started to pray and passed out. Went to sleep, and I woke up at, what, babe, 6:10?
Yeah, it was definitely past the time you were supposed to be at work.
But it was funny. I was sitting there thanking God for the day and praying, and apparently I needed to sleep, I guess.
I thought, we've been talking about, waking up with an attitude of gratitude and talking to God first thing in the morning when you open your eyes, or even before you open your eyes. And I'd been not preaching it, but just talking about it with him. And I love that that's what he does now in the mornings. Although you probably shouldn't fall back asleep afterwards.
Yeah.
That's not always a good thing,
I need to sit up in the bed and then pray to God and thank him for the day and my family and everything. And not go back to sleep.
Yeah. He is someone I envy because he can fall asleep anywhere, anytime. I have to really work it. Siblings are dating. That's rude. This is my husband of 20 years, so you can be muted. Don't come on here with that ugliness.
Who would even think to say something like that?
I have no idea. Anyhow, we're not gonna let them ruin the life. But so I got, I'm always giving y'all challenges, but that's one I'm gonna reiterate. Like, wake up in the morning with an attitude of gratitude. The first thing you do is you thank God for everything that you have. And, right, Andrew? I do toss in 20 seconds. Sir, I toss and turn for at least an hour or two before I can fall asleep.
Whoever said that, we love you and we pray for you.
Yeah. I just muted them. They can listen. They can't comment. Bible bouncers engage. I love that. Wife gets, I do too though, Andrew, because let me tell you something. This one will be over there just sawing logs and loudly. And I'm over here tossing and turning, like menopause has got a hold on me. The hot flashes are going. I can't get my pillow right. He's watching, like, he falls asleep to watching Duck Dynasty, and it drives me bananas because it's the same episodes playing over and over again. Oh my goodness. And I'm over there like, and if I turn it off, he wakes up. He's like, don't turn my show off. I was watching that. I'm like, no, you were watching the back of your eyelids. But anyhow, I got way off subject with that one, didn't I?
You did.
But Ashley, that is awesome because I wish I could. Right, Maria? I completely agree. Yeah, I do listen to something to go to sleep to, but I have been stuck on this. There's an app that you can watch movies and TV shows on called Tubi, and they have this really great docuseries on there called The Bible Collection. And it's just so relaxing. And it's, you know, they talk about Moses, they talk about Revelations, I mean, there's 13 episodes, and so I just let that play while I'm sleeping, and I'm getting the word in me, I'm learning about, you know, about Jesus's life, and it puts me out. So it's a win-win all the way around. Oh, that takes me way back, Bessie. I used to do that too. She said, I usually fall asleep to the Waltons and wake up to Touched by an Angel. Oh my goodness, that took me back.
Now, there's sometimes I fall asleep to Goldbergs.
Is it okay to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty as a Christian? I've never heard of that, so I don't know. I don't know. Andrew said, good night, John boy. Right? That takes me way back. I love all those. We are old souls for sure, because we like Andy Griffith, or you guys probably haven't even heard of this one. Maybe some of you.
Paul Kettle.
Mom, Paul Kettle, The Egg and I, which was the movie that started that show. You know what, Ariel, that is awesome. I used to do that too. And so the show I was telling you about it is scientists that are doing the docuseries.
What am I
They
doing?
come at it from a scientific point of view. So it's really good. It's really good.
Did Edgar
But-
leave?
I don't know. Back to the point of this though, you know, that's something, you know, I'm going to give y'all a challenge. Figure out a way that you can actually be a disciple for Christ, whether that is, you know, and a lot of you already are prayer warriors, but just going out of your way to live like Christ, to help others the way he helped. You know, he never turned a soul down that needed his help and kindness. And, you know, we all get frustrated with one another every day, and just showing that kindness and that grace, even in our frustration, can be, you know, a way.
Hey, boss.
Hey, man.
Oh.
You gotta
Tina is like, how the heck do you do that? What did I miss? Hold on. Oh, okay. I told y'all he loves Duck Dynasty. That's his ringtone, is ducks. I don't know how he found that ringtone, but it drives me bananas. You're not sure if you've reached that level just yet? That's okay, Ariel. One day at a time, dear. Oh Lord, Mama Cindy, you're another one of those, huh? Like the Duck Dynasty boys. You know what? It wouldn't drive me so crazy if he didn't, like, I believe that, Andrew. But so we've been watching that show since they came out. So it's been how many years? And he just wants to watch it over and over and over and over again, and he gets stuck on it. He gets stuck on it, and he doesn't want to watch anything else. Oh Lord. Yeah, the ducks, I don't know. He's had that ringtone for a while now, but I've been trying to get him into The Chosen so we have something different to watch. But yeah, he's stuck on Duck Dynasty. Let me flip it around. He's so funny. Let me see if I can flip my camera around before he gets all the way back over here. I don't know if you can see him. Shoot. He's so country. He's got his boots tucked into his pants right now. He's gonna beat me for that one. Goodness. Okay. You and my husband are just alike, lovely. He gets stuck on Reba too. He has his cycle of shows that he watches. He's getting chewed out for being late. Well, that was the other morning. Yeah, he watches Reba, and then when he gets tired of Reba after a while, he'll go to Duck Dynasty. He gets tired of Duck Dynasty, he goes to Home Improvement. And then he'll get stuck on Home Improvement for a good long while. And then he'll go to Andy Griffith after that. And there's a cycle of like 7 or 8 shows that he will cycle throughout the year. And The Egg and I was a movie that I absolutely loved. And then he ruined me on it because he watched it over and over and over again. And then he got stuck on Ma and Pa Kettle, which was another of my favorites. And then he watched it over and over and over again. It's like, you're driving me bananas. Taking all my favorite shows and ruining them for me. But at least they're good, clean shows. I'm going to try to cover my phone because that sun is beating down on it. There we go. Got to have some Green Acres in there. I don't know if he likes Green Acres or not. I don't know that we watched that together. Babe, do you like Green Acres?
Yeah, we watched that.
Did you watch it? Okay. All right, we are going to start off reading some Deuteronomy. That's right. That's right, Andrew. All right, we're in Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 1. The administration of justice. It says, you shall not sacrifice to the Lord your God an ox or sheep with a blemish or any defect, for that is a detestable thing to the Lord your God. If there is discovered among you within any of your cities, which the Lord your God is giving you, a man or a woman who does evil in the sight of the Lord your God by transgressing or violating his covenant, and has gone and served other gods and worshipped them, or the sun, or the moon, or any of the heavenly host, doing these things which I have commanded not to do, and if it is told to you and you hear about it, then you shall investigate thoroughly all the charges. If it is confirmed beyond doubt that this detestable thing has been done in Israel, then you shall bring that man or that woman who has done this evil thing to the gates of your city, and you shall stone the man or the woman to death. On the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses, he who is to die shall be put to death. He shall not be put to death on the evidence of only 1 witness. The hand of the witnesses shall be the first against him to put to death, and afterward the hand of all the people. So you shall remove the evil from among you. If any case is too difficult for you to judge between one kind of homicide and another, between one kind of lawsuit and another, between one kind of assault and another, being controversial issues in your courts, then you shall arise and go to the place which the Lord your God chooses. So you shall come to the Levitical priest or to the judge who is in office at that time, and you shall consult them, and they will declare to you the verdict in the case. You shall act in accordance with the terms of this verdict, which they declare to you from the place which the Lord chooses. You shall be careful to act in accordance with all of their instructions. You shall act in accordance with the law which they teach you and the judgment which they tell you. You shall not turn aside from their verdict, to the right or to the left. The man who acts presumptuously and insolently by not listening to the priest who stands there to serve the Lord your God, nor to the judge, that man shall die. That completely sounded cut off, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Nor to the judge, that man shall die. So you shall remove the evil from Israel. Then all the people will hear and be afraid, and will not act presumptuously again. When you enter the land which the Lord your God is giving you, and you take possession of it and live there, and you say, I will set a king over me, like all the nations who are around me, you shall most certainly set a king over you, whom the Lord your God chooses. You shall set a king over you from among your countrymen or brothers. You may not choose a foreigner to rule over you who is not your countryman. Further, he shall not acquire many war horses for himself, nor make the people return to Egypt in order to acquire horses to expand his military power. Since the Lord said to you, you shall never return that way again. You know, it's so crazy to me how they misbehaved so badly when he, like, completely sets out the exact rules to follow. Like, I mean, so detailed. He shall not acquire multiple wives for himself, or else his heart will turn away from God. Nor for the same reason shall he acquire great amounts of silver and gold. And you know what? There you go. Another thing that David did. 700 wives, 300 concubines. Man, they just misbehaved so bad. Now it shall come about when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, he shall write for himself a copy of the law on a scroll in the presence of the Levitical priest, and it shall be with him, and he shall read it all the days of his life, so that he may learn to fear and worship the Lord his God with all filled reverence and profound respect, by carefully obeying and keeping foremost in his thoughts and actively doing all the words of this law and these statutes. Excuse me. I don't know yet. So that his heart will not be lifted up above his countrymen by a false sense of self-importance and self-reliance, and that he will not turn away or deviate from the commandment to the right or to the left, so that he and his sons may continue to reign for a long time in his kingdom in Israel. The Levitical priests, the entire tribe of Levi, shall own privately no portion of land or inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the Lord's offerings by fire in his portion. Excuse me. Okay. Now this shall be the priest's portion from the people, from those offering a sacrifice, either an ox or a sheep. They shall give to the priest the shoulder and the 2 cheeks and the stomach. You shall also give the first fruits of your grain, your new wine, the first of the season, and your olive oil, and the first sheared fleece of your sheep. For the Lord your God has chosen him and his sons from all your tribes, to stand and serve in the name of the Lord forever. Now if a Levite comes from any of your cities throughout Israel, where he resides, and comes whenever he wishes to the sanctuary, the place which the Lord chooses, then he shall serve in the name of the Lord his God, like all his fellow Levites who stand there before the Lord. They shall have equal portions to eat, except what they receive from the sale of their father's estates. When you enter the land which the Lord your God is giving you, you shall not turn to imitate the detestable or repulsive practices of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or daughter pass through the fire as a sacrifice, one who uses divination and fortune-telling, one who practices witchcraft, or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who casts a charm or spell, or a medium, or a spiritist, or a necromancer who seeks the dead. And I want to point something out. I don't know if y'all have seen some of these videos that are circulating around where they're talking about they're Christian and also a witch. I mean, this right here tells you you cannot be both. Like, you cannot be a Christian and be a witch. It goes against what God preaches in the Bible. And I've seen them posting, on videos. There was a video I seen of a little girl who was just, innocently playing with a spider outside. Like, she just wasn't, a little country girl, wasn't scared or nothing. And then people in the comments were saying, oh, she's a little witch. And I'm like, why would that be something that pops in your head about a child? First of all. But second of all, you don't know their lifestyle, And then they were arguing, which I didn't get involved in it because I'm not going to sit here and argue on the internet with you like that. But then there were people, their family might be Christians. And then there goes the comments, well, you can be a Christian and a witch. And I'm like, That's why we need fire and brimstone churches, because they're not preaching against this anymore. Like, they're not preaching against sin. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's not. It's really not. And I don't care if I lose followers over this, but I am fire and brimstone. Like, you can't be both. Your daughter rescues you from spiders. Aw. And you just can't. You know, God gives you exactly what he expects of you in this Bible. And then people are pick and choose what they want out of the Bible and what they want to believe. And, you know, I got news for you. If you don't turn to the Lord and you don't follow his word and his command, you're not going to be in heaven with him. You're going to be set apart from him. You know, you can't put your own spin on things. That's the problem we've had all along, is we want to... That's right, Maria. They cherry pick them verses. That's why it's, you know, I know that the Old Testament can seem boring, but it's, the law still, even though Jesus fulfilled the law, right? And we have him to go through to get to God. And as long as we believe in him and we trust him, but that doesn't mean you can continue to push all this sin and hate out there and then still make it. So I think that going over the Old Testament and, you know, paying attention to the laws is still important. Hey, Heidi. I love the Old Testament, Unky Monkey. It's got beautiful stories in here. You know, you can still use some of these same Levitical laws in today's time. Like, it still applies, just not in the same sense as it did in the Old Testament. And, you know, people, they don't want the fire and brimstone, and that's what the Old Testament is. The New Testament talks about Jesus' love, and the Old Testament is the fire and brimstone. We still need the fire and brimstone, because you still have too many people that think they can do what they want Monday through Saturday and then repent on Sunday, and it's okay. And I don't mean to be on here preaching at nobody. I'm not a preacher, you know, but I know what God tells me in my heart. And, you know, it talks about it right here. It says, there shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or daughter pass through the fire as a sacrifice, one who uses or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer. And you get people that try to say, oh, well, Jesus fulfilled that. He did not fulfill the fact that you can still continue to sin and do divination and talk to evil spirits. It does need to be said, Maria. And like I always tell everybody on here, I'm not a preacher. I don't claim to be. I'm not a Bible scholar. But it's right here in black and white. I mean, it tells you, don't do these things, because if you'd have done it in the Old Testament, you would have died for it. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Amanda. So yes, I'm one that I want to hear it preached. Like, I love me a good brimstone and fire preacher. Give it to me straight, tell me the truth, you know. We can love the sinner and not love the sin. And that's okay. And anybody that doesn't want to hear it still wants to be withheld in that sin. They are not ready to come out of that sin and be held accountable. I want to be held accountable. I don't want to live in the sin. That's right, Deanna. No cotton candy preachers. We don't need them. And there's too many of them out there. That's another reason, you know, I'm not preaching against going to church. Find one that does preach from the Bible. They're out there. I'm sure they're out there. And find you a good preacher that will preach fire and brimstone, because anymore they don't want to talk about, well, if you do this and this, you're going to end up in the fiery pit. But do you want to have someone that gives you cotton candy preaching this whole time, and then come time to meet your maker and he's like, I don't know you, and down you go? I don't want that. They don't want to hurt. I don't care if I hurt people's feelings. You know what? They have Jesus to comfort those feelings. I'm not here to comfort them. I'm here to read what God says and give it to you straight. as it says in the Bible. These aren't my words. This is God's words in the Bible. This is what God told Moses to tell the Israelites. This is, yep. I do stand. Yep, that's right, Maria. You got to stand on the word of God. Oh, I know, Amanda. I do know, yeah. Yep. All right. All right, Sam. Well, you can always jump off out of here. You're muted. You can watch the live, but you ain't gonna jump in here and be a distractor. Is that Papa or Andrew that says they talk to people like Oprah? You live your truth, it'll be okay. I believe I heard it out of Papa, but who knows? Andrew might have said it too.
I love you, baby.
I love you too, honey. Mwah. Bye.
Are you fixing?
I mean, am I okay right here for a minute? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I got more connexes to go, and they're going to be coming after dozers. So this place will fill up in about, anytime.
Right, Dawn? Heidi says, hi, Jason.
Hey.
Yeah, I think I can, I don't know if it'll let me pause it or not. If you guys want to stick with me for a minute, I have to get out of the way because my husband says there's a bunch of trucks on the way. So if you'll give me just like 2-3 minutes, I'm just going to pull over to the gas station next to us to finish the live, but I'm going to have to pause it for just a minute. So if you guys will stick with me, I will be right back, okay?
I love you, baby. I'm sorry.
Amanda, they will kick me off of here. They already did that with... back. So I'm going to finish out this chapter, and then whoever wants to jump up, we can chit chat for a minute. Yeah, I just had to pull over here. There's a gas station right across from my husband's work, and I don't get good service down there where we stay at the RV park. And it being midday, the place I normally park, their shop's still open. So it's like, just let me pull over here at the gas station. They're not gonna care if I park over here, so I'm out of the way. But yeah, I got a bunch of trucks coming in to load. So I can only sit there long enough to feed him his lunch. Okay, so I'm going to finish off chapter 18 of Deuteronomy, and let me see, I think we are in verse 12 of chapter 18. No, verse 11, I'm sorry, verse 11. Okay, but I'm going to start back at 10 because it leads into verse 11 and 12. So, Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. Says, there shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or daughter pass through the fire as a sacrifice, one who uses divination and fortune-telling, one who practices witchcraft, or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who casts a charm or spell, or a medium, or a spiritist, or a necromancer who seeks the dead. For everyone who does these things is utterly repulsive to the Lord, and because of these detestable practices, the Lord your God is driving them out before you. You shall be blameless, completely perfect before you shall be blameless, complete and perfect before the Lord your God. For these nations which you shall dispossess, listen to those who practice witchcraft and to diviners and fortune tellers. But as for you, the Lord your God has not allowed you to do so. I don't know if y'all remember, but when Saul becomes king, later on when he starts ignoring what God tells him, and there is an angel of darkness that comes and starts whispering in his ear. And his wife pulls in someone who does spells and witchcraft. And so it just went downhill from there. That's a really good one. If you, you absolutely can, Unky Monkey. You can jump up here when I'm done reading this chapter. That's fine. So if you get a chance to watch, I know everybody's been watching The Chosen, but if you get a chance to watch House of David, please do so. It's a really good little mini series. Well, I'm almost done with this chapter, Heidi. I'll get through it, and then you can jump up, and Mike can jump up. Okay. But as for you, the Lord your God has not allowed you to do so. The Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me, Moses, from among you, from your countrymen, brothers and brethren. You shall listen to him. This is according to all that you ask of the Lord your God at Horeb or Mount Sinai on the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear the voice of the Lord my God again, nor see this great fire anymore, so that I will not die. The Lord said to me, they have spoken well. I will raise up a prophet from among their countrymen like you, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him. It shall come about that whosoever will not listen to my words, which he shall speak in my name, I myself will require it from him, and there will be consequences. But the prophet who presumes to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or which he speaks in the name of other gods, that prophet shall die. If you say in your heart, how will we know and recognize the word which the Lord has not spoken? When a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord and the thing does not happen or come true, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken good Lord, has spoken it presumptuously. You shall not be afraid of him. Talk about tongue twister. I don't know why I couldn't get that out clearly. Yes, Amanda Dobbins. We started off, and I couldn't get my husband into The Chosen for whatever reason. He doesn't want something that's going to make him like think. He wants a show to go to sleep to, like Duck Dynasty, that he's seen a million times. But he fell in love with the House of David. I've never seen him make it through a full series like that without passing out. He loved it. Because he's someone who can't sit down without falling asleep. So yes, I highly, highly recommend House of David. All right, Heidi, Mike, why don't you send me a guest request? Hey, Jackie, welcome in.
I think Britt needs to be up here too.
Let me see if I can get her.
Well, hello, Heidi.
She's not
Hello,
showing
Mike.
up. Yes.
I'm at my hotel.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm at my work. There's my eagle. Isn't that eagle awesome?
Oh, it is. I'm in my car at the gas station.
Your car's awesome. The eagle was one on Tupperware. If you can believe that. Okay, so
So
I've been giving Heidi and Britt, which her new name is Polly now. I'll let her
is
explain.
Britt
that.
in here?
Oh, there she is.
was
Hold
she was
on.
texting me somewhere. Bring her up.
Britt, get up here.
I'm going to finish my lunch while y'all chit chat, and I'm going to listen.
Polly Parrot. Oh, there she is. Hi, Britt. So, anyway, Britt's gotten a preview of this because she was hanging out in Tanya's live earlier, and I come clean because I couldn't stand it. So I've been giving these two girls some Blues Clues the past couple of days.
I love that.
I've given them clues because Heidi said something that hurt me on Saturday.
I don't
Shit,
know what
you
it
did?
was.
And let me explain it, Lucy. So Heidi was trying to explain. I don't know if it was a new person or somebody that's never experienced this about me, trying to explain her who Unky Monkey was and what an Unky Monkey was. And she goes, "Well, he's our mascot." Oh yes. So. And I kind of was taken aback and kind of hurt because
No.
typically, let me finish because I had to go to my therapist and he goes, "Well, where did Heidi hurt you? Show me on this doll."
You're such a
So
Oh,
anyway,
that's great.
so I'm like, okay, well, I don't have the costume. I don't have the big head. Well, not that, the mascot big head. I got a big head. I don't even have the big number one foam finger like Heidi's mascot from college, the wolf. I gave you the wolf
your
clue.
attention to detail
And what is June
exquisite.
17th, Britt? Polly, what is June 17th?
So Heidi, June 17th is National Mascot Day. We're knowing
I
these
know this.
Okay, we're aware of this. You know what I mean?
I mean, I even did push-ups in the end zone for them. Everything, they couldn't figure it out.
Mike,
whipped
you
out
just
my
gave me
handy
such a
dandy
great
notebook.
idea.
Oh, I gave you a good idea. Awesome.
Yes. Okay. So you know how certain movie genres do Easter eggs, right?
Yeah.
This is what you need to do when you're in everybody's live. You're going to come up with something they have to look up in the Bible or something. and it's going to be a story or something, but you got to leave little Easter eggs in each live and see who gets
Okay,
to
we'll
come up
we'll
with
work
it by the
we'll
end of
work
the
on
week.
that. We'll work on that. That sounds
So that would
fun.
be so fun.
That sounds fun.
Please
so
don't let that
Heidi,
man do
Heidi
that.
thought
I have
that she
racked my
really
brain.
offended me.
Wait, what? What did I?
I said you thought that you had really offended me.
I didn't. I meant it as because we were all women in there.
Don't
and
have to explain it.
You're
Don't
always
explain it.
there, and you're our favorite guy. We love
Listen.
you.
Listen. So she had to get on that airplane yesterday and spend the whole time on that airplane trying to figure out how she's offended Unky Monkey. How can you offend somebody with the name Unky Monkey?
You know what though? My flights, it was a 20-hour travel day. You know, it was delayed, so I missed all my afternoon appointments. And I was supposed to fly into Snohomish today, or Spokane today, so I just rerouted my flight and then ended up taking 2 more flights. It was 20 hours, and this whole time, like when I'm on the runway and I'm not in the air, I'm talking to Unky and Brent like, what is it? Give us hints. And he's sending us all these dang pictures. One was like the big mascot hand on June 17th. And I'm like, June 17th, I almost got killed by a tornado. What? I'm like, I remember now.
And Polly said looking up your college mascot was like the chef's kiss, like the pièce de résistance.
I tell you, his attention to detail was ridiculous. He brought your college mascot into this. I'm not playing these
That
games,
was Cardinal.
Mr. Monkey.
I don't do
that was
anything
insane.
halfway. I do nothing halfway.
That was a Cardinal. I went to ISU for a year. And then I did online college for the rest of it. Like in
Well, I don't think
2000.
the online college has a mascot. Maybe a mouse. Get it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
See how I did that? See how I did that there?
Okay. All right. Well, I have work to do. I've got an office full of people. I'll be right with you, ma'am.
You-
Pecan or is it pecan?
God.
It's Spokane.
I don't know. This isn't even my territory. I'm helping out until the other guy. We finally hired another guy for the western half of from the Mississippi. So I'm just going in and trying to get this agency set. They're not really where they need to be.
She does not look like she's been complaining ever since she was on the tarmac.
Oh gosh, it's. I hate travel.
You could have driven the plane there by then.
You could have.
Right.
You could have
I'm
driven.
sitting there thinking, I got a 2.5-hour layover in Seattle. Can I get a rental car and get there faster? But it was like 250 miles. I was like,
So, AMAC, did Jason go back to work?
He did. Yeah, he was just on his lunch break.
Now this is his. These are the next month's coming up. These are his months, right?
Yes, but I'm not going to tell everybody what I have planned. Heidi knows, though, because I kind of told her a little bit. But hopefully you guys will be seeing more of him. So,
Okay, well, good.
I like that.
We like to see bearded dudes on here. It gives us a
I
sense of
know, he's got a pretty
masculinity.
great beard,
Because the
too.
rest of us are like mascots, and we're just kind of weak men. We're betas.
So I didn't get to see your comment on that video I tagged you in. So my question is, what was the comment?
It was about this. I said, "Did you see what?" And
I don't know if
and
you
if
guys know who
that Gaither brother was a little funnier, then I could see that he was me.
Mark Lowry is hilarious.
I know he
love
is. He's
him.
funny.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know this till yesterday, but he's the one that wrote the song Mary Did You Know?
Mary, did you know? Oh, don't make me sing.
Sing
Uncle Jay will be out of a job.
Sing too.
Sing more.
No,
Do more.
no, Polly, you keep quiet. Go
No.
eat a cracker or something.
No.
Okay, so my phone kicked me out for a second because it got too hot. This, Louisiana heat. What's the name Holly from? Louisiana heat. What's the name Holly from?
Monty Python, Polly Parrot.
Oh, that's right.
She's got
I
a
forgot
lovely
you-
plumage.
I forgot you had said that.
Pining for the fjords.
Tiny for the food.
And when you told me that yesterday, I mean, I was just rolling on the floor.
I did not expect you to come back and know Monty Python.
I'm
So
telling you, and that is one of my favorite sketches too. So you nailed it. You
I
nailed it.
realize
I nailed it. So
our
Holly.
friends with a bunch of nerds on here, like we are definitely a bit nerdy. Like,
Hey,
my
don't make me start
favorite
talking Star
series,
Trek.
and
Don't make
I
me
love-
ask y'all what the Kobayashi Maru is.
Okay, I don't do Star Trek, but I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, I am a big Lord of the
Never
Rings.
seen it.
What?
Never seen it. Never seen it.
I will forgive you for that. I will forgive you for that. But you got to try it. Because
Listen,
I found something out about the author of the books. He's Christian. And so he
wrote Mary, Did You Know?
No.
No.
He wrote the Hobbit series and the Lord of the Rings series.
But he could have also wrote the song. We don't know.
Well, at least Heidi didn't call me there. Oh, he's a hobbit. He's our little hobbit. He's our little garden gnome.
So clearly, we're gonna have to be real particular about what we say on lives when our friend is on.
He's like a little garden gnome.
He's our little garden gnome.
Just got the God bumps.
And I actually have to say I've never seen Lord of the Rings either. So I guess those of us on this half
I'm
of the
like so
stream.
offended right now.
Did you know that C.J. Lewis? So I was talking to Andrew, and he was telling me about this book by C.J. Lewis about these two demons that write letters to each other, and one is the uncle, and the other is the nephew.
I've read the book.
What is that called? The Screw Tape Letters.
The Screw Tape Letter, yeah. And that
bizarre.
I'm gonna tell you something. I read part of the book. So
listened.
that book is the hardest book. It cannot keep your attention for longer than 5 seconds. And I think it's underneath the seat in my truck. Because I
Well,
finally just stuck it between my seats. I said, I'll read that another time. And that was about 6 months ago.
I was listening to it yesterday in between our conversations, and it was bizarre.
And it makes you think you're not, wait a minute, I skipped a page. Or wait a minute, my reading comprehension is gone. But it's bizarre.
If you listen to it, it's a little easier. It's about this uncle. He's a demon, and he's mentoring his nephew, who's another demon, and how he's trying to take the soul away from this dude and be able to bring it down to hell, and ultimately how they fail. But what I didn't know was the author also wrote the book of Narnia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and he was like, yeah, it's about, a Christian. And so now I'm like, I gotta watch that movie.
See, I didn't know he wrote that, but that
Yeah, he
Screw
did.
Tape Letters, man, that's nuts.
That was heavy. That was
Yeah.
a heavy. And
Well,
I
I've
thought-
got one person in the whole comment section said that they like Lord of the Rings too. Good Lord. I'm so disappointed in you all right now. You have homework. Go watch Lord of the Rings.
Amber's not mad. She's just a little disappointed in all of us. Okay, just
Yes.
make it
I'm
better.
disappointed
you
in
want
us.
us to send to her? Amanda,
Do
what
what?
did you want that? What do you want us to send to?
His book.
Sorry. I don't
What
know
does she want? Does she want the Screw Tape Letters?
It's C.J.
I
Lewis.
sent a copy of that to my ex-wife just so she'd be more confused.
Checks out.
I'm not gonna play it. Oh, the Lord of the Rings. So that's what you want us to send to?
No, she likes the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, shame on you, Heidi.
Will you send
Deanna says shame on you.
Shame on me for what?
I don't know, but she said
No,
shame
it's
on
shame
you.
on you.
I was gonna
What?
say
What
it's
did I
not
do?
you, Heidi. It's not.
I'll tell y'all exactly what she did to me, and then you'll be shame on her.
I'm so tired. I can't even follow a conversation. Holy
Oh yeah, she wants us to send her the name of the book because she said she won't remember.
Deanna misspelled Heidi.
She didn't do that.